Hey everybody. So you guys all sick of the snow yet? I sure am. We have got an incredible amount of snow here where I live in the last 2 weeks. It's just been crazy. I've had to blow snow every single day. So I've been using this old grow quite a bit and it's been working really, really well. Up until a couple of days ago. So guess what we're working on today? Alright guys, so here you notice I've got new lift cylinders for the loader. Now ever since I bought this machine, the lift cylinders that were on it were not very good. They were leaking internally. They'd lift really slow, they were very weak. You'd lift it up and sit it there and it would just slowly creep down on you. So I knew I was going to either have to repair them or replace them. So the other day, I was in a big rush and I needed to move some snow so I could get my trailer out. And on the old cylinder, the end cap, or the gland nut, I guess you call it, blew right apart. So it made the decision for me and I had to replace these cylinders, which wasn't a huge deal. I had to redo the mount down here because the original cylinders were different, so I had to weld some plates on there to remount them. The tops fit fine. No big deal. That was kind of tedious and boring. But I did find something interesting that I wanted to share with you. So I'm going to show you the old cylinder here. Show you what we got. Alright guys, so here's the old cylinder. You can see the base here. It's a different style base. That's the reason why I had to make a new mount on the other the other end down here. So those cylinders I bought, it's worth mentioning. Princess Auto to the rescue. Of course, they are made in China. However, I've used them before, and they seem to be fairly well made. I put some on here, which I've had on there for over a year, almost 2 years now, I'd say. And they're pretty good. So these cylinders were like $250 a piece. So I didn't think that was too bad. It didn't seem like it was hardly worth trying to fix the originals. In any case, the goofy part here is, so this is what came apart on me right here. I don't know if you can see. Okay, there it is. There's a groove there. The groove lines up with this groove in here, and all there was in there was this piece of spring wire, I believe, because it's very, very stiff. Now it was longer than that. This came apart on me one time when I first got it, and I thought that was a piece of junk. I'd never seen a cylinder like this. This is sort of the reason why I thought I'd show you, because I've never seen one like this. And I asked a few guys I know in the business, and they've never seen one put together like this either. Maybe it's a European style. I don't really know. Most of the ones I'm familiar with, this part threads in, or there's a cap and it bolts on. So I don't know. I found that kind of odd. So in any case, that shoves in there, and then that groove lines up, and then you're supposed to feed, I think, this piece of spring wire in there, and that's what holds it. That's all that holds that together. I don't know, that seems a little hokey to me. In any case, it had come apart on me once, and I put it back together and it worked alright. And I wasn't shocked when it blew apart on me. I kind of knew I was going to have to replace this regardless. So that's what we did. I just thought I would pull this apart and have a better look at it, because things that I've never seen before kind of interest me. Well, anyway, let's pull this up and have a better look. Oh yeah, I'm making a big mess. I guess I forgot to ball of the pig mats. So we're gonna have to just use rags. That's fine, I'll clean that up later. There she is. Yeah, it's not much wonder it wasn't lifting very well, and why it was constantly creeping down on me. These are pretty badly worn. And I don't know if it would have even been worth it to try and find parts for this. I doubt it would have been easy to do. Chrome's kind of mashed right there. You probably can't see that, but something's hit it a bunch of times. Could have been me, I don't know. But these seals are rough, really rough. There's not much wonder it's no good. But more than anything else, it was this end here that kind of had me wondering. See how easy that goes in there? That should be a lot harder to push in there. So the fluid was just bypassing in there like crazy. And of course, that's not only is that going to make it always drift down on you, but it's going to reduce your lifting capacity as well, because the pressure builds up in there to do the actual work. It's just passing through to the other side. So that's part of the reason why it was so wimpy and it wouldn't lift very much weight. And that does not surprise me in the least. I'm not shocked by that at all. The thing that was interesting to me was this hokey setup here, how it locks in. I've never ever seen that before. I mean, it makes it fairly easy to get apart. Some of these can be quite hard to break loose when they have the ones that are threaded in generally have a very fine thread on them, and quite often they're Loctited in too. I've taken some big ones apart over the years that, you know, with bent pipe wrenches and you name it, trying to get them apart. So it does make it fairly easy to get apart, I guess, but in any event, it's garbage now. And I don't know what that, there's a little divot there. Maybe that, I don't really know what that is. Maybe that wire broke off. Or you stick it in like that, stick the end of the wire in and then turn that. It would make sense because there's two flats on here. So maybe that's how they put it together. You start there with the hole, you stick that piece of spring wire in that hole, and then you grab a hold of this here, like so, and you just keep turning it until it comes all the way around, and that's what holds it in. Well, here's something else worth showing you while we're at it here. Tried out these new pliers. I believe they call them Cobra grips from Knipex. They're made in Germany. I don't know if any of you folks have ever tried these Knipex type pliers, but man, are they fantastic. Quite a few of the young guys that I've worked with over the years were buying these, and I was skeptical at first. I thought they were a gimmick. But but after borrowing a few and trying them out, oh man. So you can push the button, and there's infinite positions where they'll lock. There's some teeth in there that lock them so they don't slide back and forth like regular channel locks. So you can set it. It has little cutouts in there, so you can grab a hold of hex type things like this check valve here. Grab a hold of that, and it'll grab in on the edges. And man, these things do not slip. You can hit this with a hammer, and it will not slip. As long as you set it right for the size you're working on. See, that's locked in the vise, and that will not slip. And I can even hit that with a hammer, and it does not slip. These things are absolutely fantastic. Now there's different sizes. These are the only two sizes I have. I have the smaller one. I think there's an even smaller one than that. Then there's a couple of bigger ones, and I'm telling you, they are pricey. I don't remember what I paid for these. It was relatively pricey, as I recall, but it's well worth the money. I'm going to buy the bigger one. I think there's two sizes bigger than this yet. And I'm definitely going to buy them. They are well worth the money. Well worth the money. So it just goes to show you, you know, a narrow-minded old dude like me can learn something from a young guy once in a while. The young guys were right. They're awesome. Try them out. If you don't have some, you should. I'll even use the smaller ones here. Let's see if I can get this out. Just to show you how versatile these are. Quite often it's a matter of just using them a bit and knowing where to set them for what you're doing. Just to get the right amount of grip, but you see that there? As long as you can get the jaw to sink in, it'll grip no problem. And because of that locking affair that's on there, it keeps the size that you set until you're ready to change it. So that makes it so cool. I'm really happy I bought these. I hated like hell to admit it, but I was definitely wrong about that. Those are great. So I just thought I'd share that with you while I happen to have them out. Now that is tight. That's an MPT thread right there. So it's really tight in there. Let's get the bigger one involved here. See there, and I grabbed it in such a way that I don't damage the threads. If I want to reuse that fitting, I can. I'm not gonna, but I could if I wanted to. Anyway, I thought that you might be interested in that. These are well worth the money. Knipex. Awesome stuff. Alright folks, that's a wrap. So Princess Auto Hydraulics to the rescue once again. Just in case you were wondering whether it's worth it or not, I think it is. I think they're worth it. I've used them before, they work good. Very cost-effective way to get yourself back in business. And that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.